Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Girl, fun girls. Hola YouTube, it's your girl Vanna. Welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, I wanted to bring you guys along to declutter my makeup. Well, actually just my primers for today, girl. I don't want this video to be an hour long. Over the year, I kind of thought to myself, like, Vanessa, you have way too much makeup. And I know what you're going to say. It's like, girl, bye. You don't have that much. There's beauty gurus on YouTube with damn near a whole room full of makeup. Like, I get it. I don't have that much. But compared to like the normal average person, I have way too much. Half of it is kind of like things that I don't like anymore, or things that are going bad, or things that I just don't reach for. So it's like, why keep shit that you don't reach for, has expired, or is going bad? You know what I mean? Another thing too is that makeup is starting to become less and less of a passion. And am I in focus? Girl, I don't even know. I don't like it when I'm not in focus. Okay, anyways. So makeup is starting to become less and less of a passion and like more and more of like a hobby, like something that I do if I was bored or something. And even then, it's not as intensive as it used to be. I do not need that much makeup. I am a beauty blogger, but you know, I'm not a beauty guru on YouTube or anything, so I don't need an expansive beauty collection. You know, I need something that's just right for me. So if you guys like these videos, make sure you give them a thumbs up. I'm going to do an entire series like primers, foundations, concealers, blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because it's going to be lots of fun here on my channel. And yesterday's video was a makeup tutorial. If you want to watch that, you can go ahead and watch that. I'll link it down below. Other than that, let's get into this declutter, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey girl, hey. Okay, so these are all of my primers, and I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but like to me it's so much. It's kind of like, why do I need all of these primers? I'm just like one person. Like, come on, boo, what is we doing? So I'm gonna go ahead and go through all of my primers, let you guys know what I'm keeping, what I'm not. This also includes eyeshadow primers, like, which are right here, and all of my face primers. So let's get into this. Okay, so the first one that I have here is the Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and this is like a classic. This is a staple. This is everything. This is my life. I'm actually running low, so I have to go ahead and pick up another one. So yeah, not gonna declutter this, definitely going to keep it. Okay, so this is one of my bougie primers. I call it my bougie primers because it's like $80, and it's like Vanna doesn't buy $80 primers. Like, let's be real. I think I have like 2 or 3 times in my life, and this is the only one that I've actually kept because it's pretty good. Just makes my face look very like youthful and rejuvenated and all of that jazz. So I'm going to keep this one as well. Okay, I love you, Mac, but I have no idea what this is. Like, can someone tell me in the comments what this is supposed to be, because I am so freaking lost. Okay, anyways, it says it is a matte cream, mattifying cream something. So I'm guessing it's supposed to like mattify the face or something like that, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and declutter it because I don't use it, never reach for it. I don't even know what it's supposed to do. I tried it once, really creased my concealer really bad, so nah. Okay, moving right along. This is the Argan Oil Argan Wear by Physicians Formula. One of those like faux gold primers where it's like there's specks of gold, but it's like not actually gold. Pretty bougie if I say so myself, but I really like it. I add like 1 or 2 drops into my foundation and it makes my foundation look bomb AF. Like, can you not? Okay, this is like a jumbo size sample of the Dr. Jart Water Drops primer. I used this once or twice, really didn't see any difference with my like skin, so I'm not really a fan. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it because ain't nobody got time for Dr. Jart, especially when it doesn't do anything. I don't know. I just didn't see a difference in my face. Haven't used it ever since I got it as a sample from Sephora, so bye. Okay, so this is one of the Makeup Forever Step 1 equalizers, and I have it like in a sample size because I am broke AF. No, I'm joking. I'm just cheap AF. Like, honestly, like I'm super cheap, so I will always buy a small size of a primer if there is one. So I bought the small size hydrating primer from Makeup Forever, and I actually really like it. Like, sometimes with hydrating primers, I feel like, oh my god, there's like a nail missing, don't watch that. Sometimes with hydrating primers, I feel like they don't do anything at all. They're just like low-key lotions, but this one actually just does something to the skin. It just makes the skin look very radiant and hydrated. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Okay, so this is the Clinique Super Primer. It's like a universal face primer. It's supposed to work for like all skin types, but like, let's be real, when like something says it's supposed to work for all skin types, it basically doesn't work for anybody at all. Like, no shade to Clinique whatsoever. I'm pretty sure that this is a bomb freaking primer, but it just didn't work for me. I was kind of sitting there like, it really dried out my skin. That's probably like my only thing. Like, it just dried out my skin. So I was just like, what the fuck, Clinique? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. Even though I just got it and it was like a low-key gift from somebody and I just purchased it, I feel pretty shitty, but it's like, it just didn't work. So I'm not gonna keep something that didn't work for me, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is the pore minimizing stick from Estee Lauder, or like Estee Lauder times Kendall Jenner or whatever it was, I don't know. Anyways, it was a pore minimizing stick. It does a really nice job. Like, I actually wanted to get the full size because it's really, really good, but I don't know. I heard that like Sephora's like getting rid of the Estee Lauder, what was this? Estee Lauder, what was it? Let me check, hold on. Oh yeah, it was the Estee Edit. So I heard that like Sephora is getting rid of the Estee Edit. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know why. Like, it was actually pretty good. But anyways, this is a sample size. I'm almost done with it, and then when I'm done with it, I'm gonna throw it out, and I don't know if I'm gonna like pick up the full size or not. My hands hurt, bitch. Okay, so this is the Tarte Putty like primer. It's, hold on, it is the Clean Slate Timeless, what? Hold on. Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer Base, something to that effect. But yeah, it's basically just like a putty primer, and this is what it looks like inside, and it actually looks really nice. If you can tell, I've pretty much used it a lot, so I do like it. It just works like really well to like minimize the pores and all that fancy beauty shit. I'm gonna keep it just because it's like pretty nice and it works well, and I can't close it right now. Maybe I can. Yeah. This was purchased like back in the day when everybody was talking about it, like the Smashbox Photo Finish, Smashbox Photo Finish, Smashbox Photo Finish. Everyone was using it in their tutorials, and it was like, you know, the best thing since sliced bread or some shit like that, you know what I mean? So I went ahead and picked up a small size because, again, I'm cheap AF, and yeah. But yeah, I don't use it, as you can tell. It's like, I don't know, not really into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. Doesn't really do much, and I feel it's kind of like greasy, but in this weird way. Okay, boo, I hate this primer so much. I gotta be honest with you, keep it all the way real, all the way funky. This primer is just so, weird. It leaves a very awful white cast on my face, so I'm not really here for it. I don't really understand why everybody loves this. It's supposed to be like a dupe for the Hourglass Mineral Veil or whatever, but I just didn't like it. It was just very gritty and sandy and just left an awful white cast. Like, Nyx, you tried me, like, you tried me. So I'm definitely going to declutter it. I don't use it. Might give it away to someone who actually likes it because it's fairly new to my collection. So okay, so this is the Estee Lauder Flash Illuminator, and I actually love this stuff, but I haven't used it in so long. Like, I totally even forgot that I had this here. But this is some really good ass shit. Like, if you're that type of person where it's like you just want to look radiant and you don't really want to look like blinging, you don't want to like blind the cashier, use this under your like foundation or your primer or whatever it is, whatever, and you will look fabulous. So I am going to keep it because I like it a lot, and I'm probably going to put it at the front of my collection so I use it more often this summer. Okay, bitch, I have the MAC Strobe Cream. Heard something about how they're coming out with new ones soon. I don't know what that's about. I don't really follow shit like that anyway, but whatever. So this is the MAC Strobe Cream. Again, little jumbo sample size because hashtag cheap AF. Yeah, but I love this stuff so much. One of the things I like about MAC, there it goes. Anyways, like I was saying, one of the things that I like about the MAC Strobe Cream is that you can kind of like use it as a base for any other highlighter that you want to use. So I'm all here for it. I love it so much. It just gives this like super beautiful radiant glow. It's just very healthy looking, so I'm all here for it. Ooh, I'm working fast, I'm working fast, I'm working fast. This is the Smashbox Primer Water. When this came out, everybody and their mama was like basically drinking this for dinner, and I do like it. It just, you know, makes my face look very healthy and very ready for makeup, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it because I do use it fairly often. I'm also gonna keep the Step 1 equalizer, the This is, what is this one? Oh yeah, this is the mattifying one. This is like the mattifying one. I don't have oily skin, but I'm just like one of those people where it's like, dude, if I need to like conceal my pores or minimize my pores, I'm going to use like a mattifying primer because they just do such a good job of minimizing the pores. So that is why I use it, and I'm going to keep it because it is a sample size. I do use it pretty frequently, and yeah, I like it, so I'm gonna keep it. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Perfecting Instant Pore Eraser and something by Maybelline. This is a really good dupe for like the Benefit Professional, which I used to have, but I decluttered. If you could actually believe it, I actually like this a lot more than the Benefit one, so I am gonna keep it because I like it, and every single time I want to minimize my pores, I want to have options, you know? Okay, so this is another like small size sample of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. So it's like so tiny, haven't opened it, probably like 10 years old. Can't deal. Going to declutter it, don't obviously need it. So yeah, this is a sample size of the Lorac Behind the Scene primer, and I don't use it ever, and the first time that I did use it, I just found it to be very awful. It was just like very greasy, didn't really do the job of like priming my lids, so I was not here for it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter it because I didn't like it in the first place. Okay, so this is like the ultimate pore perfecting primer. Like, this is from Urban Decay. I am here for this. I didn't even know that they made this. Like, I saw it in the stores and I was like, are you sure that this is like a face primer? Because like Urban Decay is known for their eyeshadow primers, right? But yeah, they make this one, and I actually really like it. If you have like oily skin, like, girl, get you some of this one. Obviously going to keep this one. I'm all here for it. Gonna keep it. This is another skin equalizer from Make Up Forever, and this one is the smoothing one, and I don't like this one that much as I do the hydrating and the mattifying one, because this one is just like, I don't know, it just kind of feels very like sandy on my face. I don't know, maybe because I have like dry normal skin, so it's like anything that kind of like feels very, very drying, I'm just not a fan of. So I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but because it is a sample size, I can't return it, and yeah, I've used it up some. I'm going to keep it. Girl, bye. I ain't going to get rid of this one. I mean, this is life. This is everything. This is my Melanie Mills Gleam Body Radiant. This stuff is amazing. It's an illuminator for the face, for the body. You can use it basically anywhere. Use it on your ass, girl. Like, use it anywhere. It's so freaking good. So, yeah, definitely going to keep. Okay, so here's one that I know that I don't want. This is the Master Prime primer from Maybelline, and it is the Blur and Smooth one, and I don't want this one because I just have a lot of like blur and smoothing primers, so yeah, I just don't really, I don't know, like I tried it and I reviewed it on my blog some time ago, and it was nice. I mean, like, I did the job, right? But I don't reach for it, and it's like, I don't know, I don't feel like it's that amazing, that out of this world, that I gotta keep it. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. Okay, bitch. This one is the Hourglass Hydrating Primer. So it's like the opposite of the Mineral Glass, or the Hourglass Veil. The Hourglass Mineral Veil, and you know what I'm talking about. The Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and this is a lot better. Obviously, it's more hydrating, and I actually really like it. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. I'm definitely going to keep my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. Again, I have like normal to dry skin, so anything that's like hydrating and or nice for the face, I guess, I need it in my life because I have normal to dry skin. So yeah, gonna keep it. I am gonna go ahead, however, and declutter this primer. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil, and honestly, it just left a really bad white cast on my face, and I have no idea why, because it worked so well on so many other like women of color, and it also like broke out my forehead, which is where I primarily used it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. Okay, this is the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow primer. Now going into my eyeshadow primers. Not going to keep this because I don't use it, and my Painterly Paint Pot is just perfect. So I don't need another like eyeshadow base. I just don't. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I am going to keep my Smashbox 24-hour primer because this shit is everything like. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Just keeps my eyeshadows from creasing, and I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I'm going to keep the drugstore alternative in the event that I ever want to do a drugstore video. And this is the Milani eyeshadow primer. This stuff is really good. Like, again, it's a dupe for the Smashbox 24-hour primer. So I love it so much. Gonna keep it. Definitely going to declutter my Maybelline Master Primer, eyeshadow primer and base, because I don't like it at all. This is very greasy. It just doesn't set. it just slips and slides everywhere, and it just feels really weird on the eyelids. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that. Oh, I forgot another face primer. Why? Okay, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, oil-free pore minimizing one. And no, I'm not a fan of it because I just feel it feels weird. It just feels, I hate things that have weird textures. You know what I mean? Like if it has a weird texture, I don't want to like deal with it. Also, I've had this for a very long time and I'm pretty sure it is going bad. So I don't want to keep expiring makeup just for the sake of keeping it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. This is a little sample of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I used to have the full size one, but it didn't really do much for me. You know, like I just feel like ever since Urban Decay came out with these, like there's been so many other brands that have come out like with like eyeshadow primers that are a lot better. So I don't know. I don't really reach for it, but it's such a teeny whiny sample. So I'm just going to keep on using it if I ever want to do a look, or if I want to do like a quick eyeshadow thingy or whatever it is. I'm gonna keep it for that. So I forgot me a couple of primers out here. This is the Becca, oh my god, such a long name. Okay, here we go. Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector, and this is like super glue if you have like very, very oily skin. Okay, like if you're looking for that primer and you have oily skin, like go and get you this one. But I don't know, I kind of like it because these are the sort of primers that are like, if you're trying to again minimize your pores, then they're probably gonna do an amazing job. So I keep it for that. Okay, so this is my Painterly Paint Pot. I feel like giving it away because it is drying out on me, but I could probably just put it in like hot water and get it to be soft again, because this is the only eyeshadow base that I am gonna keep. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Gonna do a little bit of work with it to get it to, I don't know, be a little bit softer. Okay, this is the NARS Smudge Proof Primer, and this is another sample size, and it's okay. I mean, like, a lot of people are saying that it's like the best thing since sliced bread, and I'm just like, no, it's not. But yeah, it's not bad. I just don't reach for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. Even though it's not bad, I don't reach for it, and I have other primers that I am perfectly okay with, like the Smashbox and the Milani one, so gonna declutter it. This is the Derma MD Skincare Firm Silk Face Refining Face Firming Rejuvenator something. And I don't really care for this primer just because I just don't have mature skin, if that's a thing. And this is formulated for mature skin, and I don't have mature skin, so I don't reach for it, and I kind of don't like what it does to my face. Just leaves my face looking very crackling, if that's like an adjective. It just makes it look very crackling and just very unhealthy. So wasn't a fan. Definitely going to declutter this. Okay, so this is all of the primers that I'm keeping. I literally went from like having 7 or 8 eyeshadow primers to just having 4, and I decluttered my primers to a pretty substantial amount. Like, hallelujah! You better come through for your girl, because I think I did a pretty good job of reducing my primer collection to like a reasonable amount. This is what I'm gonna get rid of. So I got rid of I would say a pretty good amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I got rid of 14 primers. Pretty happy. Don't really reach for these, and they didn't work for me in the first place, so there's no reason for me to keep them. So I'm gonna go ahead and either throw them away or give them to people who might like it a lot better than I did. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to come back for a part 2. I don't know what I want to declutter next. Maybe my freaking foundations, which are in the back there. Don't have much. Once again, don't have much. But I need to declutter because there's so much things that I just don't reach for anymore. So yeah, next time it's probably going to be face products, foundations, plus concealer. So come back for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Ciao. Well, I'm doing this. Bye.